Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Ducks ready to get this thing started and open the season. He'll bring it out. It's Owen. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Motion from the back. On the direct snap. It's smothered. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot, and that's what this team is expecting.
Time to take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, and if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He'll toss it. There he goes. Touchdown, Ducks. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And the big play starts with the quarterback making the right decision, getting the defense to come to him, pitching the football, and Jesse, the running back, catches it and does the rest.
He does, and he also had good blocking downfield, too. Some of those receivers outside helping him out, but, man, with his speed when he's on the perimeter, the options executed that well, it is virtually impossible to stop.
They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Using his legs and Smothers. Gets it past the marker. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. They've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. To the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do with it.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Direct snap. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound, no matter who gets the football. We're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game.
Running free. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Georgia. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback, because you add my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside the 15, here comes the return. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Wants to go up top on first down. Here's the pressure. Finds a man in the middle. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Pocket breaking down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
That guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense, and you saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guys standing beside him, David Pollock, who really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to two guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other on the inside of that D-line. That was an absolute nightmare to go up against.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And the coverage team surrounding the ball, no chance for the return man to get in there on that one. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me.
Turning it on! And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
I like this idea by the offense, using the jet sweep, and you're trying to take a receiver with all of his speed and get him on the outside and get him in space. That puts so much stress on a defense. I'd expect to see this offense dial the play up more.
The give on the inside. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, defense is about getting off the football. I mean, that defensive line can be disruptive and get in the backfield right away and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays. It can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
Lost one deep down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels, not able to...
Picked off! What a play to set him up! This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's great. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's a big stride inside the 10. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest.
Oh, and now the ball has been knocked free. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get popped. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run. Trying to dislodge the football, you've got to do a better job of ball security.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
Still looking on the move. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. No sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And it's no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Rush is on him. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. about these two running games so far is dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. The delay of game pushes the offense back. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. On the direct snap, it's Smothers. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Deep shot for the end zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Last drive ended after a long missed field goal, and they have it back ready to go to work. And the ball is free on the pitch. And looks as if the offense was able to get back on top of the football. And yes, it could have been worse, but as it is, it's a safety.
Yeah, and sometimes you get confused and you get lost when you're out of the field, but not that far. And I don't know how to explain this. I would love to give you words and break this down and be like, this is what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking.
From the gun to give, looking for room. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last two drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Going to try to get it himself. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 29.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Looking downfield on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They're dealing with a second and long. He'll keep it himself. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Georgia going up tempo. They'll try to run for it. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Now the offense trying to operate in the red zone. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Smothers. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. Let's take just a second to talk about Oregon. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll give it to the back. Runs through the tackle.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to be like, listen, can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Leaves it with the back. Crosses the 45. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Looking down the left side. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. 2nd down coming up. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He'll take a deep shot here. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it behind the line. It's Dickey. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now.
to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up fourth.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He throws one to the left. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Keeps it and gets the first down. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them now.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
The offense changing the play. Lost the fire on second down. They get to him as he throws. And it's picked off for the third time today.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Breaks into the open. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
These quarterbacks are nightmares to play. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Man-to-man, nobody looking at the quarterback. He takes off. He doesn't look like a quarterback. Looks like a running back. Chews up yards, gets way down the field, and makes a big play for this offense.
Oh, they're after him. Quick strike complete. Plows through the defense. And he showed off that stiff arm as he had a decent run. Just enough time to get off one more snap. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And he's going to try to return this one. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. One more snap coming before halftime. This guy can throw it. It's complete on the right side. They finally make the stop, and that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. First First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. Great starting point. Grabs it inside his 25, and here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. With the catch, it's Napier. Still on his feet. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. This crowd still bringing the intensity to open the second half. Looking to throw. With the catch, it's Bray. There he goes. Knocked down for the tackle. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Shoots it to the left. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Got some room to run.
And how about this defense, man? You talk about providing a spark and some energy. They make the big interception. I think most importantly, Jesse, set their offense up in ridiculous field position.
And that's one thing this defense practices so much throughout the week, right? It's creating turnovers. They are so opportunistic on that side of the football. They've got athletes. They've got dudes that are dangerous once they get the ball in their hands. And you saw it right there on that tremendous return.
Got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Here's the return from inside the 25. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Moving out of the pocket. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
So now it's 2nd and long. Smith dropping to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. And his first throw here is incomplete.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking, and something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it was an interception, but they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Under fire. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Makes the catch at the 30. Coverage team gets their job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Creates a little room. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the right. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if we can just get him out of the spot.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Georgia hunkers down in the red zone. The play action fake. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And a big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
I'll tell you guys, this fullback, he's not just a blocker. He can catch the football, and he can also run it, especially on third down. What a weapon.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Snap to the back. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Back has it. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
And, man, that is a great tackle. And your safeties have to be great tacklers, especially nowadays with all these quarterbacks that want to run. These good athletes like this guy right here, nice job being in space, getting him to the ground. That is a tough ask, but, man, did he do it right there.
Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. Direct snap. Pressure coming. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll try the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
They'll send the back in motion. Smith wants to throw. Here's a heat. Snagged in the middle. It's Moore. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Napier. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. He's got it again. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Huge play here late, and this crowd is coming to help the defense. Complete out of the backfield. He is stopped short, and isn't that going to make things interesting?
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. Be curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
With jet sweep pass. Turning it on! And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is the most dangerous.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Gets it out fast. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Sticks it in his belly. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. They'll run play action. Looking for the score. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip into the secondary, make that big play.
Give to the fullback. He is denied. Stopped short of the goal line, trying to tie the game, and he will not get the 2-point conversion. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 25. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. That's reeled in. It's Napier. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. Backed up now here, 2nd and long. Smith dropping to pass. Bringing the heat. Finds his man. It's Hill. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds, and this offense trying to put something together. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on 3rd and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now decided to go for it, setting up a 4th down. And this looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Converts on 4th down, still going. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Off the play fake. Quickly out to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down. That's caught. It's Napier. Oh, unfortunate to get that one back, and as an added bonus, they get the 1st down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Handoff to the lone back. Hard running there. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And the Ducks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Takes the handoff. It's Brake. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. Pucks it out of the air. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
This offense has done a good job on this drive, taking time off the clock as they come up on 2nd down. Tried to keep those big legs churning, but he'll be stopped for a loss.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the 1st option, playing the 2nd option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Trying play action. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. Now it'll take a touchdown to beat them, a 5-point lead here in the 4th. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Starts a drive trying to go up top. He's moving out of the pocket. Got it in the middle. It's Rodgers. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Quarterbacks have got to have composure. And I know this guy's thrown some picks. He hasn't thrown for a ton of yards. But if he can put a great drive together here, and he's got the talent and ability to do that, he can lead his team to victory in this 2-minute situation.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And that's a good job by this defense. The 2-minute situations can be tough, especially communicating, and you know they want to push the ball down the field, but a lot of times it's towards the sidelines. They protect the middle of the field, play great defense all across the board.
Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Wants to adjust the pattern. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Well, the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring the touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. The snap sets up the throw. He's got it in the end zone. You had to go for 2 there, and they make it pay off. They're up by 3. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He'll go out of bounds at his own 10-yard line, and that was hardly the return they were looking for. Yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Smith wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Here's the pressure. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. Looking for more room. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. Great place to start for this offense. Looking downfield on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll pull it on the read. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Timeout is called with just a single second left. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. He'll keep it on the sneak. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae.
That is add the insult to injury. Running the football late, could have taken a knee, could have ran the clock out, but those stats count, those stats matter, and this handshake with the coaches might get a little more interesting.
How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're